Good morning, students. Today is Saturday, that is 24th October 2020. Thought of the week. Raindrops may be little in shape and size, but their continuous fall makes a river overflow. Remember, small, consistent efforts make massive changes in life. Students, we have already started lesson number 5, that is decimal fractions. And students, I suppose you have visited our school group, and there you have read one notice that we are going to commence with practice test 2 uh, in the month of November. Therefore, we have to complete lesson number 5. Therefore, today I am sending 3 videos which are based on lesson number 5, that is decimal fractions. New topic, showing decimal fractions on the number line. Observe how the numbers 0.7 and 6.5 are marked on the number line. Students, first of all, you know that what are decimal fractions? The fraction where the denominator is either 10 or 100 or 1000 or any other 10 times multiple of 10, then we say that that is a decimal fraction. Now student, for showing 0.7 and 6.5, if you see this number line very carefully, each unit distance, that is the distance between 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, has been divided into 10 equal parts. Now students, we have to show 0.7. Therefore, you have to start from 0. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7th. Therefore, 7th marking from 0 gives us the decimal fraction 0.7. And next fraction is 6.5. It means it must lie between 6 and 7. Therefore, again, this distance is also divided into 10 equal parts. And when we start counting from 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, therefore this mark indicates the number 6.5. Student, you have to do one thing. After showing the number on this number line, you have to encircle this mark and write down point A above 0.7 and 6 point and point B above 6.5. One homework for you, show the following numbers on the number line. First number is 3.5, second number is 0.8, third number is 1.9, fourth number is 4.2 and last number is 2.7. Student, for this again you have to draw one number line. You have to divide each unit distance into 10 equal parts and then you have to show these numbers on that number line. Next concept, converting a common fraction into a decimal fraction. We know if the denominator of a fraction is 10 or 100, it can be written as a decimal fraction. A fraction whose denominator is 1000 can also be written as decimal fraction. Let us see how. If the denominator of a common fraction is 10 or 100 or 1000, then what you have to do? Follow these rules, then it is very easy for you to understand. If there are more digits in the numerator than zeros in the denominator, then count as many digits from the right as the number of zeros and place the decimal point before those digits. Students, I repeat, if there are more digits in the numerator than zeros in the denominator, then count as many digits from the right as number of zeros and place the decimal point before those digits. Now example, first one is 723 upon 10. Students, here the number of digit is more than number of zeros. Here only one zero in the denominator, but the digits are 3. Therefore, from right means you have to start counting from 3. Therefore, and you have to count only one because only one zero is there, and therefore you have to put decimal point after 72. Therefore, the answer is 72.3. Now, next number is 51,250 upon 100. Again, the number of digits are more than number of zeros in the denominator. Therefore, again start counting from right of 0. Therefore, 1 and 2. And therefore, decimal point comes after 2. And we have to read this number as, this decimal fraction as 512.50. Next example, 5138 upon 1000. Here again number of digits are more, therefore start counting from right 1, 2 and 3, and therefore the position of decimal point is after 5, and we have to read this number as 5.138. Second rule, if there are as many digits in the numerator as zeros in the denominator, means number of digits in the numerator are same with the number of digits zeros in the denominator, what we have to do? Place the decimal point before the number in the numerator and a zero in the integer's place. I again repeat, if there are as many digits in the numerator as zeros in the denominator, place the decimal point before the number in the numerator and a zero in the integer's place. This rule is very easy to understand, student. Now first example, 7 upon 10. Here only one zero in the denominator and one digit in the numerator. What you have to do? You have to write 7 before 7, place a decimal point, and before that you have to put 0, and therefore reading of this decimal fraction 7 upon 10 is 0.7. 54 upon 100, again same number of digits and zeros in denominator, therefore write 54, put decimal point, and before that write 0, and reading is 0.54. 725 upon 1000, again put 0 before 7 and write, put decimal point before 7 and write 0 before decimal point, and the reading of this decimal fraction is 0.725. Next rule, if there are fewer digits in the numerator than the zeros in the denominator, means the number of zeros in the denominator is greater than the number of digits in the numerator, what you have to do? Place zeros before the digit in the numerator to make the total number of digits equal to the number of zeros in the denominator. Place a decimal point before them and a zero in the integers place. Student, again I read, this is very easy. If there are fewer digits in the numerator than the zeros in the denominator, place zeros before the digits in the numerator to make the total number of digits equal to the number of zeros in the denominator. Place a decimal point before them and a zero in the integers place. Example, first one is 8 upon 100. Here the number of zeros is in the denominator is 2 and the number of digit is 1. Therefore, student, if you want to make the number of digits equal to number of zeros, then you have to put 0 before 8, and after that you have to put a decimal point, and before that 0 in the integers place, and therefore reading of 8 upon 100 is 0.08. Second example, 8 upon 1000, number of zeros 3, number of digit 1, therefore you have to put two zeros before 8, that is 008 upon 1000 is equal to, reading is 0.008. Now student, next concept, that is converting a decimal fraction into a common fraction. This is very easy. 26.4. How is it possible for you to convert this decimal fraction into common fraction? You have to count the number of digits after decimal point. Here the digit is 1 only, therefore you have to write the number 264, and you have to write first 1 in the denominator and put only one zero after that, and therefore the common representation of 26.4 is 264 upon 10. Next example, 0.04. Student, here the number of digits after decimal point is 2, and therefore we have to write this as 4 upon. First you have to write 1, and after that you have to put two zeros on 1, and therefore the common fraction is 4 upon 100. Third example, 19.315. Here three digits, therefore you have to put three zeros on 1, and therefore common representation is 19,315 upon 1000. Now what conclusion we have drawn? This is how we convert a decimal fraction into a common fraction. In the numerator, we write the number we get by ignoring the decimal point. In the denominator, we write 1 followed by as many zeros as there are decimal places in the given number. I again repeat, this is how we convert a decimal fraction into a common fraction. In the numerator, we write the number we get by ignoring the decimal point. In the denominator, we write 1 followed by as many zeros as there are decimal places in the given number. Student, this is very easy to understand. I hope you understand this very well, and therefore practice set 15 for you. First question, write the proper number in the empty boxes. Now student, 3 upon 5. Now this fraction you have to convert into a decimal fraction. Therefore, decimal fraction means the denominator is either 10 or 100 or any other 10 times multiple of 10. Therefore, think over it, which number, by which number you have to multiply 5 to get the denominator as 10. The number is 2. Therefore, you have to multiply the numerator as well as denominator by 2. 3 into 2, 5 into 2. 3 2s are 6, therefore 6 upon 10. And how will you represent by using decimal point? Only one zero, therefore starting from right you have to put a decimal point before 6 and 0 in the integer's place. Therefore 0.6 is the answer. Number 2, 25 upon 8. Now student, this is somewhat little bit difficult, not so, but now you have to think over any, we require any multiple of 10. Therefore if you multiply 8 by 125, you will get the denominator as 1000. Therefore, here you have to multiply the numerator as well as denominator by 125. Here they have already given the number 125. Therefore, you have to multiply 25 by 125 also. Here you get the answer 3125. Now student, here 3 zeros in the denominator and 4 digits in the numerator. Therefore you have to start counting from right and put decimal point after 3 and before 1, and therefore the answer is 3.125. Third one, 21 upon 2 is equal to 21 into 5, 2 into 5. 21 fives are 105 upon 10 and decimal representation is 10.5. Fourth example, 22 upon 40 is equal to 11 upon 20 is equal to 11 into box upon 20 into 5. Therefore, here you have to multiply 11 by 5 also. Therefore, answer is 55 upon 100 and final decimal representation is 0.55. Question number 2, convert a common fraction into decimal fraction. 3 upon 4. Decimal fraction means any multiple of 10 or 10 times multiple of 10. Therefore, 3 upon 4 is equal to 3 into 25 upon 4 into 25 is equal to 75 upon 100. Decimal representation is 0.75. Next, second one, 4 upon 5 is equal to, now 5 into 2, 10. Therefore, we have to multiply the both numerator and denominator by 2. 4 into 2 upon 5 into 2 is equal to 8 upon 10. Decimal representation is 0.8. Next one, 9 upon 8 is equal to 9 into 125, 8 into 125. Therefore, answer is 1125 upon 1000. Decimal representation is 1.125. Fourth one, 17 upon 20 is equal to, now you know that 25 is 100, therefore we have to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 5. 17 into 5 upon 20 into 5 is equal to 85 upon 100 is equal to 0.85. Fifth example, 36 upon 40 is equal to 9 into 4 upon. Now student, if you multiply 10 by 4, you will get the answer as 10. Therefore 9 into 4 upon 10 into 4 is equal to 9 upon 10 is equal to 0.9. How will you get the answer as 40? Therefore they have multiplied, they have converted, because both these are even numbers, and therefore they have find their common factor and they have multiplied the number by 9 and 10. Therefore 4 nines are 36 and 4 tens are 40. Now 4 gets cancelled. 9 upon 10 is the answer, is equal to 0.9. 7 upon 25. Therefore you have to multiply 25 by 4 to get the answer as 100. Therefore 7 into 4 upon 25 into 4 28 upon 100 is equal to 0.28. Last sum, 19 upon 200 is equal to, now student, if you multiply 2 by 5, you will get the answer as 10. Therefore, if you multiply both these numbers by 5, you will get the what you will get. See, 19 into 5 upon 200 into 5 is equal to 95 upon 1000. The number of digits in the numerator is less than the number of zeros in the denominator. Therefore, you have to put 0 before 95, then put decimal point, and before that 0 in the integer's place. Last question, convert the decimal fractions into common fractions. 27.5, therefore ignore decimal point, write 275 in the numerator and write 1, and after that only 10 because only one digit after decimal point. 0.007 is equal to 7 upon 1000 because there are 3 digits in the numerator. 90.8 is equal to 908 upon 10 because only one digit after decimal point. Third example, 39.15 is equal to 3915 upon 100 because only 2 digits after the decimal point. 3.12 is equal to 312 upon 100. Now you understand why 100 is, we have written 100 in the denominator because only 2 digits in the after decimal point. Last question, last sum of the question, 70.400. Now student, here 3 digits after decimal point, and therefore you have to first ignore the decimal point, write the number as it is, 70400. Write 1 in the denominator followed by 3 zeros because here 3 digits after decimal point. Student, you have to write each and everything from the given slides. I know this work, this written work is a little bit bigger than usual one, but a student, you have to here 2 days are with you, Saturday and Sunday, so please copy down each and everything from all the slides. We are going to revise this again in the revision test, so don't forget to write it. See you in the next period. Thank you.